Hello and welcome to Never Seen It, a podcast about movies we haven't seen yet. My name is Trent. I'm here with my wife, Betsy.
That's me.
She's also here, guys. Today, we're going to go back to the 80s.
We are.
And watch a movie that neither of us have seen. Against all odds, we managed to miss this one. We're watching Weekend at Bernie's.
That is what we're doing today.
Holy shit, Betsy. How is it that we haven't seen this fucking movie?
So, I'm gonna go with my standard answer as it regards a lot of 80s movies. Mm-hmm. I was too young at the time.
Yeah.
And I didn't have anybody older than me who watched it to show it to me.
Yeah.
I also didn't have cable.
And this is like a quintessential cable movie.
Oh,
because,
yeah.
To my knowledge, there probably isn't a whole lot of, objectionable, titillating or, violent it's just a stupid movie.
Right. So
you can just throw this on the USA Network, and it's fine.
This came out in 89, which I was surprised by. I thought this was earlier than that by a couple of years at least.
It's almost a 90s movie.
Which means the sequel is a 90s movie.
Yeah.
Because remember how there's two of these?
No.
You don't even know about the first one.
No, I really don't. So let's just get into it
well,
here.
Why have you not seen this, Trent?
I just thought it was stupid, maybe. I don't know. When I was that age, when I was coming up in the 80s and 90s, this was just not a movie that I was into. Okay. This type of movie, because it wasn't sold to people my age.
No.
I think
you
that's
are
what
not
it
the
is.
target demographic in 1989.
But then again, I don't know who was.
For this movie?
Yeah.
Anybody who wanted to watch the movie. It was the 80s. A lot of weird shit got made in the 80s.
Yeah.
And early 90s. There's some spillover there.
And I would almost put this into an early 90s category than an 80s category.
In your own brain? Or?
Yeah, in my own brain.
Okay.
Because I do not consider this to be a quote-unquote 80s movie, even though it came out in the 80s.
I don't know. I haven't watched it, so I have no opinion.
And because this is in the lexicon, people know what this movie is. Mm-hmm. So what do you know about it, for sure?
It's starring that one guy who made movies in the 80s and that other guy who made movies in the 80s.
That's the thing. I don't know any of these people.
So okay, I know I have seen both of the lead actors in other things.
The people who aren't dead.
Their names are a mystery to me at present. I will look them up later. I will have them and I'll go, oh yeah, that guy. So they're both people that I've seen in movies before. Mm-hmm. And then there's the guy who plays Bernie, who's dead.
Yeah. Bernie's dead.
And they prop him up and carry him around with them to make him look alive.
Yeah. Why? I have no idea.
I assume it's because it's his home that they're in, hence Weekend at Bernie's, and he is Bernie?
I don't know.
I don't know.
What? I am the most interested to find out why. Why are they doing this? And why isn't it a problem? Why don't people know?
Why are you so okay with carrying a dead man around?
Right. And I don't know much about biology, but I don't think that's going to work for very long.
I also would like to understand how you made a sequel.
Well, obviously Bernie doesn't miraculously come back alive.
Right,
because
but how long is he dead before you
I
make
know.
the second one? I have so many unanswered questions and I haven't even watched the first one yet.
I know.
Yeah, but I know remarkably little about this movie other than the main plot point of there's someone named Bernie, he's dead, and these two young guys carry him around and pose him and make him look alive.
They're basically puppeteers.
They're basically puppeteering a dead guy for a weekend.
What's that movie with Daniel Radcliffe where he's dead?
Oh, yeah.
Is it the Swiss Army Man?
That's the one.
Yeah.
We haven't watched that one either, but I've heard it's funny.
Yeah, and it seems to me like that's maybe a more realistic Weekend at Bernie style movie.
Right, that one he's like a rotten corpse.
Right, he is a rotting corpse rather than a very fresh corpse. I don't know.
I guess. The 80s were a strange time, Trent. We greenlit a lot of weird
I'm sure
movies.
There's going to be a whole lot of things that you have to just kind of brush away. It's like, don't worry about it. It's not that kind of a movie.
That, and I'm waiting for the thing that makes me cringe, because in most
sure.
80s movies,
Sure.
Now this is late 80s, so maybe by this time, because we've watched a couple of things from around this era, and it's not as offensive as I was expecting.
Sure.
This is either going to fall into that camp, or I'm going to set my expectations that it's not going to offend me, and then I'm going to go, oh.
It's hard to say.
I don't know why I would find a movie about a dead guy offensive.
I don't know. I mean, I'm going to assume that there's going to be some kind of rigor mortis joke in there somewhere. I'm going to assume that he's going to be dressed up in different outfits and have like a beach Bernie and an office Bernie, and I don't know.
And other hilarity will ensue.
So, yes, Betsy, let's go and watch Weekend at Bernie's. All of these questions will be answered here now. So that was Weekend at Bernie's. Betsy, what did you think about that one?
That movie's stupid. And yet, I found it very funny.
That movie is better than it has any right to be.
This is true. And I think it's because they don't go for the difficult laughs. It's just an elaborate situation that just keeps escalating.
Yeah, it's like a modern version of a slapstick comedy.
Yes, this is absolutely a slapstick. It's just, okay, so he's dead, but then we're going to keep upping the circumstances we find him in.
Yeah, and it doesn't really matter that he's dead.
Oh, no.
He's just an object of comedy.
Yes, this is all very convenient plot points. Like, there's very little plot here.
Not really.
No, so they're two guys who work together.
Yeah.
And they find out, looking at these line items, that there's they work at an insurance company and there's been some fraud going on.
Yeah.
And they catch it and they take it to the boss and say, hey man, we found this mistake. That's a $2 million mistake. And we're saving the company. We're heroes.
Right.
And of course, what's actually happening is the boss is the one stealing the money. So he says, you got to take them out. We got to put out a hit.
Yep.
On these two schmucks. But of course, because they're not in that line of business anymore, the mob bosses say, no, you know what? We're going to take care of Bernie.
Yeah, because Bernie's the one who's actually fucking up.
Bernie's the guy who's the problem, so we're going to take care of him and he won't be our problem anymore.
Right. So, hijinks ensue, and yeah, Betsy, this movie is just, man. Like I said, it is better than it has any right to be, considering how stupid a premise it is.
It's very stupid. And yet, I was enjoying myself.
We were both cackling.
Yeah, I couldn't really help it. And it's because it's physical comedy.
Yeah.
And it's so unbelievable that I guess it is believable. I don't know how to phrase it.
I don't know. And I think they play up the whole... Nobody notices that he's dead.
Everybody is rich and drunk and partying, and
they don't care about him as a person.
They're so self-centered.
Yeah, they don't care about him as a person. He's just this vessel for them to be able to party.
Yeah, they all hop from house to house, and the party moves from here to there.
Right, and it happens like every weekend. Everybody shows up to Bernie's. He's irrelevant to them partying.
Yeah, he's just the guy who owns the house. They don't really give a shit who he is.
Yeah. God.
But yes, this is like these two guys are like an odd couple. You know, you've got the uptight dude in a suit and tie, and then you've got the other dude who's always late, wearing shorts. The slacker, smoking cigarettes and drinking all day.
So yeah, we start the movie in New York City in Manhattan. And these two guys
Labor
are going
Day weekend.
Well, it's before Labor Day weekend.
Right before Labor Day weekend, yeah.
So they go into the office on the weekend to work, I guess. We don't really know why.
For some reason
For some reason, these two schmucks are going in. I don't know. Are they trying to like get ahead or like I don't know.
I don't
Because
know.
they explain that
They sort of explained it.
they're the ones who are like reprogramming the computer system, as they call it.
Which I guess makes sense. For 1989,
Yeah.
it would be young people
Yeah.
doing something like that.
Right. So they print out their dot matrix printers
Massive
paper.
pieces of paper.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
I remember that stuff. But yeah, they discover, like you said, that there were insurance policies paid out multiple times even after the accounts should have been closed because the person died.
Yeah, it was issued after it's already been issued, and
Right.
it was like started after they were already dead.
Right. So they discover this over the weekend. They come in on Monday, and they're going to report it to the boss because they want to get some kind of either windfall because they're going to recover this money, or they are just brown-nosing to the boss and they want a promotion or something.
Both.
It's all of the above.
It's all
They
of
want to
the
be
above.
noticed by the boss.
Yes.
So they finally get into the boss, and the boss actually knows what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think about that. An executive at that level who actually knows like all the terminology and what all these numbers mean.
Mm-hmm.
In most other scenarios, the executive level doesn't know shit about what is actually in the numbers.
No, he says, no, you made a mistake. This is the problem here,
Right.
here. But then they say, well, actually, no, if you look closer, this is what's happening.
Right, and he's actually saying, yeah, there's no problem here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he's trying to make it seem like they're actually wrong.
To make them go away.
To make him go away and have him stop. But they really did look into it, and there really is a problem.
Yes, they actually figured something out of value to the company, but not of value to Bernie.
And Bernie says, yep, you're right. You're right. How about you guys just come out for the weekend? Come out to my
We're
place.
going to talk about this, and we're going to get you set up. I'm so
come out
grateful.
come out to my place on the Hamptons, on Hampton Island.
Is that where it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can only get there by a ferry, so you got to come out on the ferry.
Yep.
And then, cut to him meeting with mob bosses, and they're like, you got to take care of
We
these
gotta kill
guys.
these guys. And Vito.
Yep.
What a generic name.
Right.
Come on.
Vito and Paulie.
Yep.
The former
The
gangsters.
fake Italian mobsters.
Right, who are now in real estate. Yeah, so the girlfriend there is like, playing footsie with Bernie.
Mm-hmm.
And you noticed this, so when he's so Bernie leaves the restaurant and the girlfriend follows,
Yeah.
and Vito says, we're not going to worry about those two idiots. We're
Yeah.
going to take out Bernie because he got greedy and he's getting sloppy. Also, he's screwing my girlfriend. But you
Girlfriends.
noticed, you noticed that he's not saying screwing.
No. So yeah, Vito says he's screwing my girlfriends or whatever. And we went backwards and listened to it again, and he mouthed the word fucking.
Yep.
And this is a PG-13 movie.
They only get one, and
They only
use
get
it
one,
later.
and they used it later, yes. So they couldn't have used it twice, which I don't know how you do that. You know the rules about PG-13 and R movies.
In 1989, PG-13 was still a fairly new concept.
It is, but you as a filmmaker know what the rules are. But
Once in a while, you can get away with it, though.
well, what you would do is if you maybe think that you're going to go further, like maybe you're going to have more things that would make it a harder R, then you could cut those things out and make it a PG-13 movie and get more people to be able to watch it.
Right. There's very little in this movie. Like, this movie could almost be PG.
Yeah.
Like, for 1989,
Yeah.
there's really not a lot
There's
here.
hardly any violence, and the violence that's there is like cartoon violence. Like they're hitting people over the head with a bottle, and like
There's
hitting.
no blood.
There's no blood whatsoever.
No. There's a lot of smoking.
Yeah.
Smoking and drinking.
I made a note about all the casual smoking at the very beginning. There's not a lot in the entire movie.
No.
But Larry is walking
He's
down
doing
the
it
street.
consistently.
Yeah, Larry's walking down the street having a cigarette, and I love the casual mugging as well.
Oh, God,
in Central Park.
Where he's just like, fuck right off. It's
Yeah,
too hot
it's too
for this.
hot to that. Come on. And the mugger says, "Oh, okay. I guess I'll get the next guy."
Yeah, he's so taken aback by their just nonplussed attitude.
But yes, it's the 80s, y'all. So yeah, there's gonna be smoking. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and of course, the two guys in this movie, it's Jonathan Silverman and Andrew McCarthy.
Yeah.
So as I said, they're two guys whose names were escaping me. I did write them down because once I saw them, I knew who they were.
Yeah.
So Andrew McCarthy, his big thing was probably Pretty in Pink.
Okay.
So if you had seen him in anything, it'd probably be that, but he was in a number of other 80s movies as well. And then Jonathan Silverman, the only thing I immediately know him from is Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
All right.
So again, very 80s movies.
And I haven't seen either of those movies. I don't think I've seen them. I looked up their IMDb pages, and I didn't see anything I've seen them in.
Okay, like I said, they were guys who made movies in the 80s.
I knew nobody in this movie.
I believe it.
And it just goes to show what I said about this movie is much better than what it's supposed to be. There are no names in this movie whatsoever.
No. These
None.
two were stars in 1989.
Right.
The fact that these two were the big names.
Yeah, and back in those days, you could have a couple of nobodies like this star in a movie, and it just blew up. This movie should not be known by anybody.
No, we should have left this in the dust.
This should have been a fucking shovelware kind of thing, like you throw out to a bargain bin somewhere.
Yep, we pushed it out. It's out there, and now we're gonna forget it exists. But it has lived on.
Yeah, and they made a sequel.
Again.
Do you want to know what the synopsis of the sequel is?
Is it Magic Trent?
We're not going to watch this movie.
Okay.
So for those of you who don't want to be spoiled
of the 30-some-year-old movie.
So we talked about the insurance scam.
Yeah.
And they go back to their company and they're accused of being the ones who orchestrated it.
Okay.
Larry and Richard get accused of this and they get fired. So to clear their name, they get Bernie back and they go to some voodoo magic person to try to get him to be alive again to a point. And the only way that Bernie can actually move is when there's music playing.
I knew it had something to do with music. So it takes place immediately after this, I assume.
I think so. At least a little bit after.
What? Oh, Lord, that's a whole different movie, but we're talking about the first one. So, yeah, he takes a hit out on these two. He gets to his home out there. Paulie shows up and injects him and fills his pockets with drugs and a needle.
Yeah,
and
plants.
makes it look like an overdose.
Yeah, plants cocaine on him and a needle and whatever.
Yeah. And they find him, and even they don't realize right away he is dead.
And I kind of question, is he really dead?
Yeah, he did.
What I figured was, at least early on, is that, he was injected with something to kind of paralyze him for a little while.
No, he's dead.
Yes, he is very dead.
But it takes them a good couple of minutes to figure that out. And, of course, the reason they decide to go along with this charade is because Larry is an unscrupulous individual.
Right.
And he's like, of course, just when my luck is turning around, my idiot boss decides to die.
Right.
So
Why couldn't he kill himself on Monday?
I want to enjoy my weekend.
Right.
And we're just going to pretend he's not dead for a little while. Because and then, of course, the party shows up and nobody notices.
No.
He's just in the corner of the couch with his sunglasses on, and everybody's like cracking his neck and rubbing his shoulders and
man, you're really
with
loose.
him. And so, of course, the other guy, Richard, the uptight one, goes along with it because of a girl.
Yeah, there's this girl named Gwen who works in the office, and it's
intern.
It's her last day. She's gonna go away now.
So he's trying to impress her and get with her,
Yeah.
and so he goes along with this plan.
Yeah.
And it just is upping the ante every single time. So first it's just they're all watching him sitting there and nobody notices he's dead.
Yeah, because everybody else is around schmoozing and drinking and doing whatever else. And when they come up to him to talk to him, they're all wasted.
Yep.
And they don't expect to have a response.
No.
The only response they get is if he shrugs over to one side or the other, or somebody bumps him.
Because people are like sitting on the couch and the gravity of them like moving him shifts his head.
God. And if it wasn't so stupid, it would be believable.
Yeah. These are all really selfish, horrible people, too.
Sure.
Which is another reason why it's believable.
Yes.
Like the guy's trying to buy his car from him or something.
Right.
And he's like, I'll give you 40,000, 45, 50. Come on.
All right, keep the piece of shit.
Yeah, I don't want your stupid car.
Yeah. And we got also a woman coming up to him saying, hey, you got something for me. And she takes the cocaine out of his pocket. Because apparently he always is holding.
Yeah. Well, and they show him a number of times. They never show anybody doing drugs, but they show him like touching his nose and like when they have the meeting with him.
When they have the meeting, he
bathroom.
comes out and he's touching his nose. It's the 80s and he's a high-powered businessman. Mm-hmm. How else do you get through it? Go and watch The Wolf of Wall Street and find out how those people actually lived.
Right. This is around that time.
Yes.
Yeah. Money is honey, guys.
God. But yeah, and there was this other scene with Richard and Gwen back at his parents' apartment.
Yeah.
They go on their little date out to this shitty Hunan place. Mm-hmm. They go back to his apartment, and it's a really nice apartment in New York City, but it's his parents' house, and he doesn't want her to know that.
Yep. He won't. He's starting off right out the gate lying to her.
And like the apartment is very, very nice, but then you also you don't question the fact that there's a picture of a baby in the background. Like that's Richard as a baby. I'm sure.
Why not?
Yeah, and she doesn't notice any of that stuff. She doesn't question any of that stuff. Like, why would like a 20-something-year-old dude have an apartment like this that is decorated like this?
No.
Not at all.
I've seen that what is that website or that Tumblr page or whatever, like guy apartments.
Oh yeah, male living spaces.
Yeah, it's so bad.
It's great though.
Yeah, it's like, hello, this is my TV stand. It's made of milk crates and cement blocks.
I have like a lounge chair for my seat.
Inflatable lounge chair.
Sure, and I have my one item of furniture is the thing that holds my TV, if you even have that.
Yep, and my mattress is on the floor. Thank you very much.
It's true. And my samurai sword is mounted on the wall.
That's the one thing mounted, is my samurai sword. So yeah, the fact that she actually believes
and
him.
she even says, oh yeah, it's so 60s.
Because it's probably
it was
done in the 60s.
It was done in the 60s by his parents. Come on.
Yeah.
She's kind of dumb.
She really is naive for believing any of that.
Yeah, she's also younger.
Right.
Yeah, she's
in
college.
She's an intern. She's in college.
Yeah, she's in college and she's, I don't know, she likes this guy and just is going along with it. Fine.
He's a cute dum-dum.
Right. These are the kinds of people who hook up.
Yes, exactly.
But yes.
Yeah, so it just sort of starts off innocently enough where they're like, we're just gonna prop him up. But then they like accidentally dump him off the deck.
Yep.
And then he floats out to sea.
The tide comes in.
The tide comes in and he's just washing up and off the shore.
And Richard and Gwen have their little adventure in the lighthouse tower.
Yep.
He falls down and they start limping to the beach, and they're gonna have sexy times on the beach. And then comes Bernie washing up a fucking corpse while they're making out on the beach.
There's a lot of great sight gags like that,
yes.
where he's just like, hello!
And I think the best thing, it's very minor, but the best thing that they did with this whole Bernie thing is the sunglasses.
Yep.
Because you don't see his dead eyes.
No, like once in a while you can, if you're at the right angle, you can see his eyes are open.
Sure.
But yeah, if he was gonna blink at all, you can't tell.
Right.
And I didn't catch him once looking like he was moving, blinking, doing anything.
Nope. That guy, wow.
That is a masterful performance in physical comedy.
Dedicated to his craft.
Go completely limp and don't smile.
Right.
Don't blink. Don't breathe.
Do not react. Don't
react.
Do a damn thing. Wow.
And then, of course, they get him back into the house and put him in bed, and his crazy girlfriend shows up.
Yeah.
And she threatens him with a knife. And we get, Trent, the second time on this podcast, a movie that features a woman having sex with a dead guy.
Yep. Go back and listen to the Clerks podcast. It happens there too.
And of course, again, they don't show
it. I said it in the intro. There's gonna be a rigor mortis joke.
Yes.
And they don't say it. They don't show it. They don't refer to it. They don't say it. But yeah.
But they say it without saying
it.
And they're just like, no.
Really?
No. But so of course the other mob guy goes up to make sure he's dead.
Right.
And witnesses the two of them together, quote unquote.
So I don't want to say it over the phone. Come on.
Yeah, but he says, oh no, I just saw them. He's still alive.
She was in there for 30 minutes.
Paulie screwed up. He didn't actually kill him.
Yeah, he's
not
rustier.
dead.
Yeah, he's rustier than we thought.
So then we get several sequences of Paulie killing him again.
Yeah.
Even though he's not actually alive.
Right.
He's just convinced he hasn't died yet.
Right. After Larry dumps him on top of Paulie, he like chokes him out.
Yeah, he just gets the drop on.
Right. And he just like with his hands like, oh, I'm done.
Yep, strangled him.
Yep.
He's very dead. I've checked his pulse. He's definitely dead this time.
All right, I'm going to get on the boat and get out of here. And then they do their fucking like three-legged race.
Yep, tie their shoelaces to
get. That was so funny.
The three of them kicking their legs and getting him to move.
It's so good.
And you know that dude's got to weigh 200 plus pounds. And these skinny little boys are like hauling him around this whole movie.
Right. And you could probably have done this in a cheaper way, in that you could have got a dummy. You could have absolutely gotten a dummy, but I don't think at any point there was a dummy except for when they're in the water.
Right, when he's like floating in the water, that's not real because you can't see his face.
Yeah, that's it though.
But yeah, the rest of the movie, it's this actor
they do such a good job of like having weight to him and have this be a hard thing for them to do.
God, this must have been a very difficult movie to film for all three of them.
Oh yeah.
Because it is so much physical comedy. Like, the guy playing Bernie is being pushed, pulled, dragged.
Yeah.
He's falling downstairs. He's, being thrown off of decks. He is washing out to sea. The other guys have to do a lot of lifting and pulling and pushing.
But, like, your natural reaction is to try to, like, brace yourself on a lot of that stuff.
Uh-huh.
And he doesn't do it.
No, because you'll hurt yourself.
Yeah, there is no point in this movie where I looked at it and said, oh, that's him. He's trying to help himself. No, none of that.
No, he just was limp as a noodle.
Oh, God. They do such a good job with this. It's uncanny. I don't get why this movie is what it is, but now I do.
It's so stupid. But it's funny. I get it. Like, I get it. Am I going to sit and watch this movie a bunch? No, but this is, again, we've talked about this in recent weeks. This is the perfect cable movie.
It is the perfect cable movie.
Because if I was in a hotel and I see Weekend at Bernie's is on, okay, fine, that's something to watch.
You could easily clean this up.
Yeah. There's very little to clean up in the first place, like I said. Oh God, what else happens here? So he washes out, they get him back in, he's falls off the deck and is strangled, and then he's buried in the sand by a child.
Some kid buries him.
They vacuum the sand off of him, revealing he has a toupee, so they staple the toupee to his head.
Okay, the toupee joke is very, very cheap. But they pull it off. They paid it off with the staple thing.
And of course, it's so uncomfortable and over the top that it's hilarious.
Yes.
Because it's like, what are we going to do? Hold on, I've got an idea.
It's like a toupee joke is one of the cheapest jokes that you can possibly do.
Yes.
But again, they just keep upping the ante, and they fucking staple it to his head.
Right.
Oh my God.
And then, of course, there's a scene earlier where Bernie's still alive, and he's trying to pick up the phone for Paulie, and he ends up recording their conversation.
Right.
Where he's revealing the plan, and the guys hear it. So don't kill them while I'm around.
Right.
Those two schmucks are coming on the 6 o'clock ferry.
Yep.
And they realize, wait, we're the two schmucks.
Yeah, they're still going to kill him.
And they are convinced that there's still somebody out to get them.
Right.
So that is why they have to justify carrying a dead body around, because they won't try to kill him if Bernie's around, and nobody knows Bernie is dead except them.
Yes.
So it becomes this convoluted story about how they're the only ones who know he's dead, but if we just make him look enough alive, we won't be murdered.
Right, and like we have a couple of people coming to the house the next day, like the groundskeepers, who we met at the beginning of the movie.
One guy who is like a belligerent former employee. He got fired by
He got
Bernie.
fired and keeps hanging out there for some reason.
And then the gardener or
the
somebody.
other, like, groundskeeper.
Yeah,
they both come in, and again, it's the whole cartoon violence thing. He hits them over the head with a piece of wood.
Yep.
Both of them, and they fall on top of each other.
And they lock him in
They
a
get
pantry.
stuffed into a pantry. They wake up later saying, "Who hit me?"
Yep.
And they hit him again with a bottle, and they pass out again.
Yep. Oh God, what else happens in this movie? You know, they go out on the water. They find the boat. So Bernie has a boat, a speedboat.
Yep.
And they tie him to the boat. And then
they don't know how to use a boat.
And they don't know how to drive a boat. And they're pushing every button. And he starts like being lifted up. And then eventually falls off the back.
And they just drag him into a boat.
Smacking him into buoys.
And of course, they're just completely nonplussed by it either. Like, oh, wait, man overboard. Bernie's being dragged behind them.
By this point, they're just like playing Monopoly with him.
And like, what the hell were they even doing out on the boat in the first place? Weren't they going to try to get like back to shore?
They were like trying to get off of the island, but
They
then
get
ended
lost?
up like, I don't know. I think they're just stupid boys.
Yeah. But yeah, they end up running out of gas in the middle of it. And instead of, taking out the oars and rowing the boat back there, no, they get off of the boat
with their life jackets.
And are dog paddling with Bernie
on Bernie
with as their flotation device.
Yep. They're basically boogie boarding with Bernie.
That's the next sequel.
Boogie boarding with Bernie. Weekend at Bernie's 2, boogie boarding with Bernie.
Electric Boogaloo.
Anyway. And they're still convinced that somebody's out to kill them. So when Paulie finds out that once again Bernie is not dead because he sees them walking him on the dock, he shows up with a gun and shoots him in the chest.
Yeah, and he's just like sitting up on the stairs, looking right at him, saying, "Hey."
Yep.
He just shoots him like 6 times in the chest. It's like, oh, now he's dead.
Yep. And they end up winning the day because they tie him up because Paulie gets kicked in the nuts by a dead body. And he shoots him so many times that he, is like in a death grip.
Yeah.
Screaming, "Let me go, Bernie, let me go, let me go." They finally get the cops out there, and he's loaded up onto the gurney, and he's going to be taken away by the ambulance. But of course, because this movie is stupid, he is on the cart and rolls down a large ramp.
Onto the beach
Where they're sitting. And it's just stupid.
Yeah. The whole thing is just stupid. And I like it. I liked it.
It was funny.
Yeah.
It was funny. And there was really only one moment where I went cringe. And it's because Bernie wrote a letter. He was like framing it as a murder-suicide.
Yeah.
And there's like a briefcase full of money.
Yeah, he's basically framing those two guys for stealing the money. And the reason why they were stealing the money is because Larry needs a sex change. And Richard
he's also in love with Richard or something.
Right.
And so it's just
That's
very
the only thing that is like, okay, you're not going to have this in here.
It's a lazy, ignorant joke.
It is.
Even for 1989, like we were already kind of approaching the time where we were a little more open and accepting.
Sure.
So it was a lazy joke.
It was. And I think that's the only thing that I can think of other than the dated things like just casual smoking and
dot matrix paper.
dot matrix. Yeah, the technology and the fashion always date movies.
Yes.
So, but you know what? In 1989, having the computers in the office like that, I was surprised.
Mostly
that was
they were
even a
using
thing.
typewriters.
Right, and everybody else was using typewriters. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely the 80s. It's definitely a stupid comedy. The two leads are charming. Like, I think I get it because they're likable enough that you believe that they would do this.
There's so many movies like this, though.
Yes.
Where there's two guys who are friends, they get into adventures, end of movie. That's pretty much it. It's Bill and Ted. We already mentioned it, Clerks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could go on.
Yeah. So it was very pointless. I don't want to watch the sequel, but also now I desperately want to watch the sequel because I'm sorry, you went from this movie, which is semi-believable, to a voodoo priestess, and now he dances when music plays.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Why do any sequels get made? It's because the original was successful. You can slap a 2 on it. People will come to it no matter the quality.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
All right, Betsy. I think that's going to be about all we have to say about Weekend at Bernie's. There's not much else to say.
There's really not. It's somewhat predictable. It's somewhat uncomfortable, but it's hilarious in how uncomfortable it makes you.
You don't see physical comedy like this anymore.
You really don't. It's pretty rare anyway.
and when they do it, it's not done well.
No. This for the time is effective.
And I think that the modern version of physical comedy is the Jackass movies. Well, more than anything else. And I know those are all stunts and those are all like real things, but like fictionalized physical comedy is just not a thing anymore.
I'll be honest, if it makes me want to do anything, it makes me want to watch Swiss Army Man.
Yeah.
Because you brought it up in the intro. Yep. You're right. It's Paul Dano, who we talked about a lot recently. And doing physical comedy with Daniel Radcliffe, who, let's be honest, Daniel Radcliffe could have no career, but he is just going out there being kind of fearless, doing whatever stupid project he wants to. Mm-hmm. And not everybody would take on a role where you play a dead guy and you're
rotting
like
dead guy.
A rotting dead guy, and you're like being used as a jet ski. But yeah, I don't think I have any other thoughts about this one. I understand it now. If it's on cable while we're on vacation in a hotel, I would probably stop and watch some of it.
Yeah.
Just
to relive the magic.
I get it.
All right, let's end this with an email, shall we? This is going to be from Stephanie about Half Baked.
That's another stupid movie we watched.
Yes. So I have seen this one several times. Yep, same here. It is dumb, but it has some funny bits. That cast is just full of 90s comedians. Fun fact, Harlan Williams is the center of a show that my daughter watches called Puppy Dog Pals.
What?
All right. He also voices the character Bob. It is the type of kid show that tunnels its way under your skin until you want to rip your skin off. I hate it, but at least it isn't Paw Patrol.
Okay, then.
Okay.
Yeah, children's television is niche.
Oh, God.
It's very niche.
It's like chemically engineered to be addictive to children,
but to drive adults insane.
It's more to get the kids' attention and have them want to watch it over and over and over again.
It's an unwanted consequence that it drives adults insane.
Indeed. And she finishes. So yeah, Half Baked is kind of funny, but mostly dumb. I agree with Trent about the quitting scene. It's the best way to quit a job. Love you guys, from Superfan Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you for the thoughts, Stephanie, about that and all of the other emails you send us.
You too could be like Stephanie.
Yeah. So if you're listening to this in the way future, I don't care if you want to email us about this episode or any of the other episodes.
We're sitting here in May, or almost May, and a whole bunch of people just listened to It's a Wonderful Life.
Right.
We don't care.
I don't really care if you want to talk to us about this movie or any of the other ones. Email us about anything you want to email us about. It's easy. It's also free. Did you know that? Email is free.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You have it on your phone. You have it on your computer. Send it to us from your work computer. I don't care.
Break all the rules.
We're not going to report you.
We won't know the difference.
It's true. Email us at neverseenitpod@gmail.com. You can follow us on the Twitter machine, neverseenit_pod. You can also support the show by sending us $1 on Anchor by clicking the link on the podcast description. If you can't do that, no big deal. Just share us with your friends. And also rate us on the iTunes as well. Apparently that helps.
Yeah.
So, that is the end of this one. Betsy, I want to thank you for being my co-host for this episode and all the other episodes.
Oh, thank you, Trent.
And we will be back to you with another episode of Never Seen It. My name is Trent.
My name is Betsy.
And we'll catch you next time.
Bye, guys.